Not all stories start off with a wonderful beginning. Mine starts with rejection. 2 years ago, I decided to apply to the Deck SMP, a small creator SMP that would have actually pushed me towards Minecraft Java Edition. Because I was very inexperienced and young and squeaky, I obviously did not make it into the server. But I had a choice. Either I stop creating content altogether, go and find something else to do, or I wanted to create Dragon SMP as quick as I possibly could. So I created me a free Eterno server for Bedrock, and I created my very first applications open video.
Are you looking for an SMP that isn't going to die in a week, that you can have fun on and get views from? Then this is the SMP for you. Is this another LifeSteal copy? No, Dragon SMP has a unique set of mods for content creators of all levels. Whether you are an experienced content creator or just starting out, Dragon SMP is perfect for you. Here are the set of mods included on the server. On the Dragon SMP, you will never be alone. There's an amazing community of content creators and gamers who are ready to help and support each other. Plus, Dragon SMP offers events, friendly competitions, wars, and a ton of other fun events to play all on Bedrock. It's a war zone and a friendly server that can be highly entertaining, and it's no surprise that viewers and streamers alike are loving SMP content. So what are you waiting for? Click the Discord link in the description and fill out the Google form to be part of the SMP today.
When I first logged onto the server, I had an option of what origin I wanted to do. Because I was the red dragon looking guy, I chose the blaze origin, which allowed me to have strength and fire resistance in anywhere fire. So I decided to make my base in the nether. But before I got all of that set up, I went to the overworld to get some basic resources. On my way to get a whole bunch of resources, I got into my very first battle. It wasn't long after searching the overworld that Blaze Apple had found me. Blaze decided to choose the Phantom origin, which allowed him to turn invisible, but he would burn in the daylight. But when he eventually found me, he decided to kill me. Because of how laggy the Eterno server was and how many people were on, this battle would be called the Battle of the Lag, because it was actually really hard to look at. After eventually losing to Blaze, I got all my stuff back and logged out before anything else could go wrong. In the next episode, one of the guys I talked to, Sheep Master, would decide to snoop around the nether to try to find my base. Eventually, after me prodding him not to, he dropped into my base because he heard the cows mooing. After killing him a couple times after entering my base, he called Pumpkin CY, who loved chaos, would jump in and join at any means necessary. After fighting them off for 2 whole episodes, they eventually left, and I had to pack up my stuff and leave for a new base. But before I did that, I met Shadow Brother JP, a close friend of mine who used to do Hive content with me, and we became teammates for the first Dragon SMP end fight. When we entered the end, Shadow decided to tear up everybody, getting almost every person for himself. Me, on the other hand, I decided to break all the crystals to try to defeat the dragon. When Shadow finished getting everybody, he went to help me with getting the end crystals. However, I forgot that if he was above a certain point, things would go really terrible. After Shadow was gone, it was left to me to defeat the dragon, and I got Dragon Age, which, funny enough, would be the only time I would win a Dragon SMP fight. Not too long after the first Dragon SMP fight, people started to get inactive, and the server was shut down. A full year later, and I decided to come back to SMP content. This time, I would market it as Minecraft Bedrock's Deadliest SMP.
Are you a small Minecraft Bedrock YouTuber that is looking for an SMP, but every single SMP you can find is Java SMP after Java SMP? Then I introduce to you Minecraft Bedrock's Deadliest SMP, the Dragon SMP. The Dragon SMP is a hardcore SMP, so if you die, you turn into spectator. But if your allies craft a revive key, then you can go to the heavens and revive. This SMP has multiple events and custom items you can win from those events. And if you're thinking that this SMP is going to die, then think again, because this is Dragon SMP's second season. If you're a Minecraft Bedrock YouTuber wanting to grow their content quickly, then join the Discord in the description and make a 30-second to 2-minute application showing your editing and storytelling skills. And fill out the Google form to join the Deadliest SMP. Subscribe! Let's say you're on YouTube looking for an SMP to grow your YouTube channel, and every SMP out there is a Java SMP with the same LifeSteal plugin or the same Strength SMP plugin, but you want something better. An SMP for all players, a Bedrock SMP. Introducing the Dragon SMP, a Minecraft Bedrock SMP with a custom hardcore mod, but if you die, your teammates can revive you with the revive key.
This SMP is open to all players, mobile, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, and PC. But what makes the server fun is its growing lore and awesome community of creators wanting to make content with you.
So, if you're a Bedrock YouTuber wanting to have an SMP exclusively for you, then join the Discord in the description. Just make a 30-second to 2-minute long application and put it in hashtag applications in the Discord.
This mod was something of my own creation and would only be made out of a little bit of a texture pack and some command blocks. In episode 1 of the server, I would collect some basic resources and get my first teammate, Fat Chicken Man 52. Chicken was a very experienced base hunter and SMP player in general, and did a lot of the work for me. So when we abandoned our old bases and decided to team together, we were automatically the strongest team on the server.
Guess what?
We created farms, we decided to get villagers together, and we had a really nice base built. However, when the time came for the Dragon SMP fight, things went terrible. When we entered the end, me and Chicken decided to go on the offensive and decided to tear up every single player.
He's got
The
fire
only ones
aspect,
that
and
we
I do
could
not
see
like
left
it.
on the island were me and Chicken. We
Hey,
decided to finally destroy
know where
all the
Luzerne's
crystals
at.
and defeat the dragon.
There we go.
Because I was away from the portal, Chicken got the egg. And what he was about to say would change everything.
everyone gets revived, but Dragon, I think it's the best where we can't be teammates.
Why?
Because
It's too
then
powerful.
we're too powerful. Too
Oh,
powerful together.
too powerful?
I'm just saying, for content, now if I see you, I will try to kill you. It's nothing personal, we're still friends, right?
Why are you fighting against the ground?
Huh?
10 minutes in the ground.
When we were practicing earlier today, I was not thinking that this is how it was going to go. This is why you were testing your sword on me. This is why.
I don't think, Dragon. I think you better just run through the portal. I'm being very lenient right now. I say you just run to the portal.
After Chicken's betrayal, it sparked a whole new series. How could I get back, and how could I get the dragon egg? So the next episodes after that, I would try just that. My first attempt was to rise up an army. I spent weeks gathering up resources, gathering totems from raids, getting netherite armor, and building the vault. When I collected up my teammates, I took them over to the vault to see everything I had gathered.
Alright, everyone. Welcome to the vault.
Yo!
I've been working all week on this. This is all for
Who
y'all.
left? Some guy left.
Nah.
Yes, there's an enemy.
We've got all the totems from the raids I've done, all the shields that Mossy's made, all the armor from the villagers.
The lore is
Wait, where's that?
Are we ready to kill chicken? However, when the plan came around, only 2 of the guys could get on, but we had no choice to get chicken over to the Coliseum.
Oh, wait,
Because the trap was immature, chicken found it really easily, destroyed it, and I had to try to take him in a 1v1.
Hold on. Why is it just dead silence?
Oh, that was GG.
Because I wasn't prepared and my potions were gone, and my teammates decided not to help me because they were scared of dying, I was eventually and easily taken down. My second attempt was to get chicken during the New Year's event. After the fireworks, after the festivities, we decided to get everyone up to do a speech. When it was chicken's turn to give the speech, I walked out and activated the trap. Chicken, can you back up real quick?
Huh?
There we go. Alright, we can take a picture of chicken up here because he's the king. Alright, let's take the picture.
I'll take the picture. I'll do it.
Got it.
Chicken had fell for the trap. He was down in the bottom. All I had to do was hit the switch to light the TNT. However, one thing went really wrong. The previous night, CY and Aqua found the trap. They wanted the crafting table, so they destroyed almost all the crafting tables and met me at spawn. However, it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and we didn't see one major problem. The redstone was not set up correctly. So when I hit the switch to light the TNT to do the final damage to chicken, nothing happened. Chicken survived the trap. When he came back up to the surface, he wanted to kill everybody.
No, that didn't work.
When I escaped, I had to turn back around because I didn't want everyone to die on my behalf.
Turn on fire, bro.
DudeDragon, where are you?
You can't place cobwebs.
Okay, this is a very short event. Okay, I'm gonna have to stream after. I'm gonna have to go over.
This was actually
Okay, come here, Dragon. Come here.
Hi. Alright, can I just watch? Can I just be a spectator?
Dragon, get your egg out.
Yo,
I
this
think that chicken is ready to make everybody a spectator.
Come here. I am.
I think chicken is just about ready.
I'm just gonna dip real quick.
Yeah.
Yo, no.
Okay.
After getting revived for a final time, I met my teammate, GittleDude. GittleDude would turn out to be one of the bigger players along with me and Chicken in the very final fight of Dragon SMP Season 2. After warding off people from our base, creating new bases, me and Gittle were found in a very difficult situation. Gittle was caught and taken hostage by Chicken and was trapped in an obsidian cage underground. When I got there, Chicken tried to jump me, but before he killed me, he wanted the whole series to end where it began.
Dragon, I have an ultimatum for you. Let's finish this where it started. You versus me and Pumpkin.
I mean, I feel like this is the only way to end it.
That's the only
true battle.
It's the only way to finish things.
So when me and Gittle accepted the ultimatum, we had to head over there. But one thing would change the tides.
Sure, you'll have a water bucket on your hotbar though.
I do.
At all times. Especially a full max out gear with prod for.
I just hit that. Holy crap.
Do it at the point of Dragon's Breath.
Got him.
Jeez. I'm punching egg, I don't care. I'm punching egg. Punches egg. Punches egg. Oh, wait, yep, it is. Here it is. Here. Guys, I have it right here.
You ready? You ready?
Yep.
Here we go. I got it.
Minecraft Bedrock had a glitch where I was able to get a second dragon egg. So with Chicken's advantage, pretty much deemed useless, we would be even to fight the final battle in the end.
You guys are tired of me, aren't you? Right? I've killed Dragon a few times. I found you guys' base. You guys did not like that, did you? Well, I'm here to say, I will send that.
Oh,
Wait, what? No!
Oh,
No!
okay. That's new. Chicken, guess what I've got now? I've got the one thing that made you actually powerful.
What do you got? Oh, yeah, the dragon egg. Oh, dragon's low. You think you have a chance of killing me?
Wait, what the heck? I've died way too many times.
Oh, dragon's totem pop.
We need to destroy the crystals.
Yo, you destroy the crystals, I'll distract Chicken. Keep on purling in the internet. This is why he's acting.
He's not gonna be this easy.
This is why he wanted us to go to the end. We shouldn't have listened to him, Dragon.
Okay, he's gone. Alright, he's over here at the side. He's over here at the side.
I killed Pumpkin basically because I damaged him and then he died via intentional game design.
Pumpkin!
Okay, we got this. I got a couple crits on him. I took his speed. Oh crap, he has Turtle Master. I didn't even realize he had Turtle
Didn't
Master.
they got come prepared, didn't you? Well, someone's boots broke, did they?
Did my armor break? Oh crap, no shot. Okay, there's no way.
Oh, Kittle's helmet broke. Kittle, about to die. Come on, Dragon, it's just you left. Just you.
That was the end of it.
Let's end this for all. Let's end this once and for all. End this. Come on.
After a very close battle, I had lost. With no way to revive myself, both me and Giddle were gone for good. And not far after, the server fell apart. Riding off the success of Season 2, Season 3 started really quickly after that. Since the beginning, the dragon's been holding a power that grants the user infinite power. And with only 10 lives with special abilities, you may be able to unlock it. Introducing Minecraft Bedrock's Deadliest SMP, The Dragon SMP. A server meant to bring Bedrock to the spotlight because Java's drained all the popularity. On the Dragon SMP, we promise player activity and content from some of the best Minecraft Bedrock content creators out there. The plugin consists of 10 lives with special abilities, where you lose one when you die and gain one with each kill. We're looking for small content creators looking for a place to step up their content, and this is your chance to join the next biggest Bedrock SMP. With a brand new mod that gave you 10 lives, each life with a different ability. Me and Giddle decided to team up again during Season 3, and we decided to start off with a more peaceful approach. And we decided to make a boat shop after Giddle made the amazing discovery that you can name boats and they would stay afterwards. After selling our very, very perfectly priced boats, we decided to lure Chicken over to see if he would help us with our shop, but we would create a trap under the nether portal he would come through. Because Chicken's computer was extremely slow at the time, his computer wouldn't load in the overworld fast enough before we can push him down the trap and eventually kill him. However, our trap was spotted out by a couple different people when we were in the middle of trying to perfect it. This would cause a huge issue because everyone wanted to see what would happen. Eventually, we gathered a huge crowd, one of which was Chicken's teammate that we didn't know yet, Rainbow Saber. He decided to tell Chicken everything about the trap, and with Chicken being the most cautious player in Minecraft Bedrock, he decided to take the long way around.
I may have been informed by something.
Informed about what?
Something. I don't feel like I want to go now. I don't feel welcome.
The trap eventually failed. Like every other time, all my plans failed. It wasn't too far after that when the Dragon SMP infight for the 3rd time would happen. However, I was going to be gone from the event, and it was just going to be Giddle there. However, something went extremely wrong. 2 players decided that it would be the best idea to hack on the server and destroy the whole event for everyone. After this, the server fell apart very quickly. When Season 3 ended, a lot of my content also ended. With a lot of things going downhill, we just did not revive the server again. Dragon SMP was never perfect. It wasn't always the most stable server, or the server with the best mods, with a lot of homemade things, but what it was something new. Throughout Season 2 in particular, we were always known as Minecraft Bedrock's Deadliest SMP. We climbed the ranks to being the 2nd most popular SMP on Minecraft Bedrock at our prime. However, with a lot of problems happening, we have now dropped to obscurity. But not like the obscure SMP. You know what I'm talking about. From the rough start of Season 1 to the amazing story of Season 2 and the eventual demise of Season 3, this wasn't just a story. This was Minecraft Bedrock's Deadliest SMP.